it's already day 4 at the 2021 World Junior Hockey Championship from Edmonton, Alberta. Lucas Raymond and the Swedes are once again putting that impressive preliminary round winning streak on the line. And for 9th overall pick Marco Rossi and the Austrians, well, they're here at the top division of the World Juniors for the first time since 2010. And thanks so much for joining us here on TSN. I'm Laura Dyken, joined alongside our analyst Dave Tomlinson. So they're without their normal head coach, 4 key players, and oh yeah, they didn't get any warm-up games because of positive COVID-19 results. We weren't exactly sure what we were going to see from Sweden out of the gate, but our questions were quickly answered as the Swedes put together a dominant performance over the Czech Republic on Boxing Day. So that winning streak in the round robin, well, it's up to 53 games now with Austria on tap. With more, let's say hello to Craig Button and Dennis Bayak.
Plenty of firepower on this Swedish team. Alexander Holtz, 5 shots on goal in game 1.
Yeah, don't be surprised by that. He knows his way around the offensive zone. Very gifted. Has excellent hands. And, you know, to score goals, you have to not only get to the right spots, but you have to get your hands free. And wherever he is, backhand, forehand, Alexander Holtz always finds ways to get those hands free. And for the New Jersey Devils, when you have Jack Hughes and Nico Hischier up the middle of the ice, you talk about a hand fitting perfectly into a glove. That's what Holtz will do for the New Jersey Devils.
One lineup change for Sweden. Philip Broberg not in the lineup. Nursing a minor injury. Could play if he had to, but is not in the lineup today.
So Sweden down a man here, and so is Austria today. The IIHF has handed down a 2-game suspension to defenseman Philip Wimmer for a check to the head neck area. Now, the incident occurred in the late goings of Saturday's 11-0 loss to the U.S. when Wimmer connected with Patrick Moynihan. So, Dave, let's go back to Philip Broberg. A bit of a surprise not here in the lineup for the Swedes. What exactly are they missing without him here on the ice?
Well, without their captain, they still will have a lot of offense, but he's just so steady and so reliable back there. 3 assists in just 18 minutes of ice time against the Czechs in his first opening game. But for the Swedes, they're getting a lot of their offense right around the net. They are attacking, they're battling, as you can see here, and this is a hallmark of their game that is keeping their preliminary streak alive. It'll go to 54.
It'll go to 54. I love when we get into predictions here. Austria has never won at the World Juniors before. 0-18, still looking for its first goal here inside the Edmonton bubble, and will be in tough against the Swedes, who we know have been lights out in the preliminary round. They haven't lost in the round robin in almost 14 years. It's Austria, it's Sweden, and Puck Drop is next, right here on TSN.
The 2021 World Junior Hockey Championship from Edmonton, Alberta is brought to you in part by Esso. The Esso brand has fueled Canada's love of hockey for over 80 years. By Nike, official gear of Canada's national hockey teams. By TELUS, helping build stronger communities on and off the ice. When we give back together, we're all connected for good. And by Tim Hortons, the official coffee of Team Canada. The 2021 World Junior Hockey Championship from Edmonton, Alberta is brought to you in part by Chevrolet. Find new reasons to cheer. Find new roads.
Day 4 of the 2021 World Junior Hockey Championship. Welcome to Edmonton. A couple of games for you today on TSN. It opens up with Austria against Sweden. That will be a opening match here this afternoon. Referees for this game, Guillaume Labonte from Trois-Rivières, Kevin Maillet of Saint-Sauveur. The linesmen are Guillaume Brunel of Saint-Lambert and Michael McCowan of Mission, BC. In nets for Sweden, Hugo Alnefelt stopped 24 of 25 in the win over the Czech Republic. He will carry the mail for Sweden. And Sebastian Radishitz, who was injured in the third period but faced 68 shots in that game against the United States, back in nets for Austria. A couple of understudies in behind the bench. Joel Ronmark is behind the bench for Sweden. Normally we would see Thomas Montan there. And in behind the bench for Austria, Roger Batter. Normally we would see Marco Pival there, but his club team would not let him go. Austria and Sweden, day 4, about to get underway. Sent back into the Austrian zone. In the lineup is Nechesny with the suspension to the defenseman Wimmer. And we get an icing call right.
And Roger Bader has loaded up the top line. He's got together. Well, Marco Rossi's an elite player. By putting more talent around him, gives him a better
11 of 19 faceoffs in game 1 for a 57.8% success. Sundsvik plays it back at the line again. No Philip Broberg in the lineup for Sweden. Could play if he had to, is the word from the Swedish team. Kasper swings it near side. Lindner will get the center and dump it in. Lindner is the ice time leader for Austria, playing 24 minutes and 13 seconds in the opening game. That is number 3 for the entire tournament. 4 minutes played. Lindner trying to hold the line. This gets cleared in. Pfeffer will send it all the way down the left side boards, and this will be another icing call. Fans watching around the world as part of the World Junior Virtual Fan Club. And there's some of the Swedish fans tuning in. Trying to cheer their team on to a 2-0 start.
Well, Sweden did not have the opportunity to have any pre-tourney games because of the health protocols in place. So this is their second game. Habits, doing all the things that you want to have put into place. Because on the 30th and the 31st, they go back-to-back versus Russia and the USA.
Johansson's blast got blocked. Fowler carries it back up, got stopped, and Nick Soderblom will carry it back in. Tosses it to the corner for Heineman. Heineman takes a bump back to the line. Puck makes its way to the front of the net. Soderblom plays it back to the blue line. A little bit of room there and a bit of a stutter step from Berglund. Granstrom jumps in from the left point, plays it back down low. Pfeffer on it for Austria. Pfeffer got tied up, not a lot of room. Big Soderblom trying to jam it up. 6'6", 219 pounds. A Detroit Red Wing draft pick. And they've got their own little scrum going in the corner. Sweden will control. Comes back to the blue line shot. Ranishit's got a piece of that on the short side. Dumped back to the front of the net, cleared away. Held in at the blue line by Heineman. Heineman lost it, goes after it, gets it back, gets it on for Soderblom. Soderblom gets tied up and taken down by Jakob Pfeffer. But this is kept in at the blue line. Bjornford walks it in, goes high short side, missed the net. And the rebound around the glass and down the ice, and Alnefelt will come out and play it. On for Bjornford, the Los Angeles Kings draft pick. Niebeck carries in, wrister to the short side, save made. Ranishitz flipped high in the air and bounces around at the line. Bjornfort will hold it in. And now it will get sent down back into the Swedish zone. Lead pass up the middle, pinching at the line was Posch for Austria. Gets away from him. Olsson will carry in. Olsson watched there by Posch. At the blue line, Johansson takes the pass, tried to get it back to Soderstrom, but it was intercepted. Out to center ice and no further for Poschenwine as this ends up in the Swedish bench.
Lumber Soderblom, who doubles with the Swedish national basketball team at 6'6". But the way he just can manhandle people. I mean, that's Fabian Aukhager, 9 inches shorter than Soderblom. Throws him around that is a disadvantage when you're going up against somebody that has the balance, the strength, the reach. He certainly asserts himself using all of those size advantages.
Had a goal in game one, Soderblom did. There's that wicked wrister from Holtz.
Well, the way Holtz comes in, too, and he gets his hands set, and then as he's moving, once he sees that he's got a chance to get it off, great release.
Couple of saves there by Ranishit. Scramble. Raymond trying to jam at it on the short side, and play does get whistled down.
So as Holtz comes up the ice, right between the legs, but as he maneuvers his hands, he knows where he wants to get to, and in one motion, that shot is taken off. So tough read for the goaltender. That's why he's a top-notch offensive player.
5 shots on goal for Holtz in the opening game against the Czech Republic. Pallier for Austria plays this out to center ice. Bjornfort plays it back. Andrea plays it back for Bjornfort. Knee back at center, on for Gunler. Gunler will play it in. Kosmar after it. Kosmar back at the line for Bjornfort. Through some traffic, blocked in front. May have hit Gunler. Gunler staying on it, trying to work it free against the checking of Marco Kasper. Kept in by Holmstrom. Holmstrom gets double teamed on the near side boards, and Pollier's on the loose puck. Plays it around for Pfeffer. Pfeffer gets pressured. Pfeffer jams it up in the corner. Marco Rossi down low to help out. Puck does come loose, and Austria to the attack. Pallier will send it in, goes in after it. Pallier knocks it free in behind the Swedish net. The Sweden does control on for Johansson. Johansson to the Austrian line, no further. No room at center ice as it gets knocked away by Niederbach. Niederbach plays it cross ice, and Soderblom will carry it in. Soderblom wide on Posh, takes it to the front of the net. Tried to chip it high short side, and Ranishits makes the save and holds.
That's Sweden on the rush. It looked like they were headed for an offside call, but they were very disciplined. As it came in, held up. Real nice play there by Niederbach. Then Soderblom, his ability to use his size and then really nice hands. Gets the puck turned around and gets a real good scoring chance, and Ranishits holds that post and doesn't give it to Soderblom where he was trying to put the puck.
53 straight wins in round-robin competition for Sweden. Not sure that will get challenged today, but they do have Russia and the United States to play yet.
They do. There's the big Soderblom. Well, you watch a player and it just seems to all be coming together for him. All the, you know, you're a little bit younger, you're gangly, you're growing, getting stronger, and you're trying to carry all of that all at the same time while playing a sport that requires you to be fast and quick, and got to be patient, and Soderblom is just moving along very nicely in his development.
Tim Van E on the forecheck there for Austria, but it's cleared up at center. Lidner gets a stick on that, and that ends up in the Austrian bench, and we'll get a stoppage in play. No score, Sweden and Austria, as we look at Roger Batter.
Well, for Roger Batter, you know, you have an elite player in Marco Rossi. He needs support. And, you know, it makes no sense, in my view, to start to spread out your skill amongst different lines. Load it up at the top. Make sure that they can have a chance to play with the puck, because that will keep their spirits high and give yourself a chance to get some offensive opportunities and goals.
Raymond carries in, dishes off. Quick shot by Holtz, and he missed the net. Holtz has had a couple of great looks here in the first 6 minutes. Took one over top the net and shot that one wide. Taken down in the corner is Kasper.
The goal scorer needs the playmaker, and the playmaker needs the goal scorer to max it out. When I talk about Jack Hughes and Nico Hischier, you add Alexander Holtz into that mix. a perfect example of how that works so seamlessly.
Emil Andrea plays this cross ice, heads to the bench on the line, change for Sweden. And a wrist shot by Raymond. And Ranishitz will take that in the midsection and hang on. There's the chance for Holtz. Scoreless here in the first. Time now for Gear Up with Skip the Dishes.
Well, this is a really neat thing that Austria is doing. It's a puzzle, and all those pieces are the players' names on the back of them. And when they arrive, they put it in. The thinking is to complete the puzzle, all the pieces have to fit. That's how you become a team.
Skip the Dishes, the official food delivery app of Hockey Canada. Sweden and Austria get day 4 going here at the World Junior Championship. Gunler plays it back. The wrister from the line deflected up and out of play. Soderstrom coming off another strong outing, 3 assists in the opening game win.
There's Oscar Vist. He didn't play in the first game. I was talking to him on the off day, and you know, to hear the players how excited they are to be here, participate in the World Junior Hockey Championships. He said, you know, I didn't play, and I said, yeah, I know, but you'll get a chance. He goes, yeah, I hope so. He goes, it's such an honor to play in the World Junior Championships, you know, and represent my country. So the kids are so excited to be here to have that opportunity. And now he gets his opportunity for his first action for Sweden in the tournament.
And this is his first IIHF event. A lot of them have come up through the U16, 17, 18 programs. This is his first. And in the lineup here for game 2 for Sweden. Caution Wine plays this down the left side boards. After it is Baum. And Soderstrom will take over for Johansson. Johansson hits the Austrian line, dishes it off. Close at the line, but offside as Gunler gets in just ahead of the play.
Sharpshooting Gunler was up playing up in Luleå. Now he's moved down to Brynäs. I know Carolina is very excited about having him. They feel they got a very talented player in the second round. Not the only one they got, but certainly with the playmakers they have in Carolina, adding goal scorers always is a benefit.
Soderblom tried to pay it back to the line. Baum got a piece of it. Couldn't handle it, though, for Austria. Good. Now a little bit of room for big Soderblom. Takes it wide. Soderblom, after Kutzer lost his footing and fell on the near side. Soderblom plays it back to the front of the net. Backhand shot. That didn't miss the far post by much from Niederbach. At the blue line, kept in. Soderblom centers. Heineman with the chance save made by Ranishitz, and he will hang on to it.
This line has created some chances. Soderblom with a chance earlier. He sets this one up now here for Heineman. They've really been good controlling the puck. That's a really nice, subtle play by Soderblom. Again, that reach that works. He can kind of swing all the way around with his stick and use more space and then create a lane, and does exactly that and puts the puck right on Heineman's stick.
He had a foot injury at the start of the year in October, so it delayed his season a little bit. And you certainly wouldn't see that. He's had a couple of real good shifts here early in this game. Andrea will snap this in. Ranishitz will come up, leave it in behind his own net. Lindner trying to work it out. With the 10 shots that Austria had the other day against the United States, Lindner had 2 of them. He also led them in ice time at 24 minutes and 13 seconds. Andrea. His pass deflected away. Kept in at the line, though. Andrea has it again. He'll snap it to the front of it, deflected. Good deflection there by Niederbach, and a good save by Ranishitz. Andrea back up at center, snaps it ahead. Room for Wickstrom. Puts on the brakes. Being checked along the boards by Lindner, and then Lindner will get a little bit of help from Harnish. And Austria will regroup. Lindner gets to the red line. He'll chip it in. Soderstrom to the backboard. Soderstrom tied up with Fowler. Puck is still loose. Fowler trying to chop it back in behind the Sweden net. Could not. Raymond comes out, swings it across for Holtz. Holtz pulls it back, lets the wrister go. Ranishitz gets a pad on that. And Sweden right back in on the attack with Raymond. Takes it wide, watched by Fowler. Raymond right to the net. Ranishitz the save. Puck is loose. And then he'll reach forward, corral it, and hang on to it for a face-off as this top line for Sweden. Giving Austria some trouble, but it's still scoreless here, period one. Great chance here for that top line.
Well, Lucas Raymond holding the puck, and then he sees an opening, and he's going to take it. He's not interested in skating around the net and doing circles. He wants to get it into that inner slot area. So gifted. Silky smooth, I would call him. Reminds me a lot in the way he plays to Mitch Marner.
So we got Berglund's a Detroit pick. He's a Detroit pick. Soderblom is a Detroit pick. Johansson's a Detroit pick. There's another one here, William Wielander, who is not here. Another Detroit pick that, because of health reasons, but certainly would have been part of the team.
So we saw Raymond attack the net from the right side. Now he attacks the net from the left side. He knows where you get rewarded.
Take it to the net.
Oh, for sure. Little nifty little move, and then he is really, really slick. He uses deception, and he uses little fakes that open up the ice.
Austria yet to record a shot on goal in this game. Gunler plays this down for Bjornfort. Bjornfort gets tied up in the corner. Holmstrom is there to help out. Cranes is there for Austria. Puck is still loose, and Sweden controls. Kostmar leaves it for Andrea. His shot got blocked. Back up the ice for Lindner. Lindner gets surrounded there by three Swedish players, dumps it in. And Holmstrom will control on the near side boards, plays it back for Andrea. 9 left in period one. Holmstrom takes it to the outside, trying to get around Pallier. Holmstrom takes a look, throws it into the slot to the front of the net for Divac, and that got turned away. Branston with that opportunity. Back in behind for Gunler. Couldn't get a stick on it. Kostmar is there. Kostmar back for Branston. Off a stick, and this gets intercepted and corralled by Peters. He plays it back into his own zone. Heineman in on the forecheck. Pfeffer gets bumped off the puck. Soderblom with a back pass. In from the line is Berglund. Back for Soderstrom. Or Soderblom back in front. Branston plays it down to the goal line. Heineman with the shot save made. And this will get cleared. So Austria, after getting outshot 22-3 in the opening game against the United States in the opening period, they've given up 14 here in the first period of this one.
Sebastian Ranishitz has been excellent in that net. Really sharp and tight, quick shots.
Marco Rossi will take this back in behind his own net. Minnesota's first-round draft pick, number 9 overall. There's a wrister by Johansson. That's off the right arm of Ranishitz. Gets pinned on the far side. And this will slide all the way back into the Swedish zone where Johansson will take it. In on the forecheck, Fowler. Johansson snaps this up the middle. Back forward is Lindner. Lindner will play it for Fowler. Got away from him. Andrea back for Bjornfort. He'll play it back for Andrea. And he'll find some room. Fowler trying to ride him out. Poschenwein on the loose puck. Poschenwein trying to gather it in. Does. Now looks for a little bit of skating room. Gets forced back by Nieback. Now in on the forecheck is Lucas Raymond. Chipped by Lindner to the line, but this does not get out. And then Lindner will get some help from the Chesney. Baum with the backhander that went wide and right back up the ice for Sweden. Good hit on the far side there as Raymond ran out of room.
Well, McChesney stepped up on him and got right in his way. Good defensive play by McChesney.
In the lineup is the Chesney with the suspension to Philip Wimmer. So that open ice hit in the United States game. Sundsvik plays it in. Holtz coming in, but they're going to call this a glove pass. And play will get whistled down. 5:45 on the clock. Scoreless here in period one. College football semifinal action gets underway Friday. Number 4 ranked Notre Dame takes on number 1 Alabama. Catch the action 4 o'clock Eastern, 1 o'clock Pacific on TSN.
Notre Dame had the big upset earlier in the season versus Clemson. This will be a little bit bigger. They can beat Alabama.
The late offside after the deflection attempt went off the linesman. Poschenwein standing in behind the Austrian bench. Both guard needed some attention.
Want to protect the pearly whites.
Kutzer plays this in off the right pad of Allenfelt as Allenfelt finally has to make the save. Back at the blue line. Pfeffer with the shot. That never got through. Soderstrom snaps this up the middle for Gunler. Sweden in on the attack. Kosmar back for Gunler. Gunler looked for Holmstrom out front. Gets taken to the backboards by Pfeffer. And Austria up with it. This gets flipped up at center by Cranes. Poschenwein after it, but cleared away from him. And back for Johansson. Andrea. A Philadelphia draft pick this past summer. Niederbach tried to bust his way through, ran out of room. Pile up in the corner. Came to the side of that, comes back, and Soderblom has it. Big Soderblom, who got taken down, trying to work it to the net. Penalty now coming up to Austria. Bjornfort at the line. Bjornfort fakes the drop for Andrea. Bjornfort takes it to the outside. Gets pinned to the corner boards by Marco Kasper. Keeps the puck loose, though. Gets it for Soderblom. Soderblom spins it back to Andrea at the line. Rister from that right side, and this goes off a stick or a pad and up and out of play as Lucas Raymond snaps that in on the Austrian goal.
Well, we've talked a lot about Elmer Soderblom, and rightfully so. Every time he's been on the ice, he's had an impact, but he quickly turns here. He's got a really good ability with his agility. He gets thrown down here. No easy task to throw him down to the ice, but a quick little turn here and tight for a big man. That's some pretty good footwork.
17-year-old Lucas Chesney just simply couldn't handle him and gets a penalty on the play. So Sweden will go to the power play. Soderstrom back on this side, ripper there from Holtz, and that got turned aside.
What a save by Renaissance. Just great, read the play over there, and that's an elite shooting winger in Alexander Holtz.
He left the game in the third period the other night against the United States. Renaissance did, perhaps fatigue, probably cramping up a little bit. But right back in goal for Austria. Holtz feeds it across. Soderblom in front, tried to spin that back. Holtz, Soderstrom, Raymond, down to the goal line. Soderblom the shot, save made Ranishitz. We saw him score on a similar play in Game 1 against the Czech Republic. Raymond. Soderstrom and back for Raymond. Raymond walks it in. Blocker save made by Ranishitz. Good retrieval there by Sweden. Good hustle by Niederbach. Victor Soderstrom at the line for Holtz. Holtz for Raymond. Back for Soderstrom and back for Raymond. Walks it in. Tried to come cross ice for Holtz. And that got intercepted. Good read there by Wallner, and he'll clear it.
That was a really good play, stepping into that lane and intercepting it, because Raymond was trying to make a near identical play that he made earlier when Ranishitz made the great save on Holtz.
Here comes Holmstrom, finds some room, swings it cross ice, ends up back at the line for Johansson. Power play now with 13 seconds remaining. Gunler with the wrister, puts that off the pipe. Score! Off the back.
This will be reviewed, obviously. We always go by the sound, right, Dennis? And that sounded like post, not net. But we'll get a look at it here. Start a little celebration. We see that from the virtual fans.
The play is under review.
Yep.
That was in. Boy.
In and out in a hurry.
Oh, I don't know if that was in. Was that?
I think it hit the back, the middle of the net in the back.
Did it? Okay.
I think.
Did it hit the camera?
Looks that way.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Post and down. Crossbar and down. So we did hear the crossbar, but
yes.
Gunler, who can really snap it. Another great example of it. We saw it in the first game versus Czech Republic, where he went short side and wired it probably just from a very similar spot on the ice.
So the referees in consultation with IHF officials. Just to confirm.
After review, the call on the ice stands. We have a goal.
1-0 Sweden. Watch it and listen. Definitely hit iron, but then it does make its way into the net.
Well, we talked about Gunler earlier in Carolina Hurricanes draft pick and having that scoring ability. He certainly demonstrated it a few times with a couple of goals in the tournament to date.
Just carries in. Right pad save, rebound grabbed off. Wickstrom trying to get a handle on it. In from the line is Andrea. Andrea takes a look, plays it back for Bjorn Fort. Wrister through some traffic, that never got to the net. After is Wickstrom, but cleared away and out to center ice. And now offside is called near the end of the power play. And a 1-0 lead for Sweden.
There's no Gunler, just the head up, the hands. That is some kind of release. Just think when he gets a little stronger, how quick it'll become. I remember watching Tyler Seguin play when he was 16. You know, shooting the puck and you go, oh boy, he's got an accurate shot, great release. We've seen what he's done in the NHL once he became stronger.
Raymond plays it back up top. Good play by Raymond, finds Sunsvik with that wrister. Holtz trying to get that back in front. Sunsvik off the sideboards. Back for Raymond. Raymond looking for some open ice. Almost had a lane to the middle. Now comes in from the right side. Ranishitz with the save. Branston plays it back to the near side for Holtz. Holtz for Raymond. Raymond back at the line. Berglund. And back for Lucas Raymond. Getting hounded there by Baum. Gets some help from Holtz. Holtz being chased, gets away from Wallner. And finally picked up by Matthias Baum, and he'll play this back out to center ice. Berglund will get chased back and then heads to the bench on the line change, dying seconds of period 1. Johansson gets it out to center. Didn't work the first time. He'll try it again. Sends a backhand pass. Good read there by Linder. Came across and picked it off. And it bounces around at center ice, and that will bring period number 1 to a close, 22-1. So in 2 first periods, Austria has given up 44 shots. And like the other night, despite the fact they were badly outshot, only down 1. Gunler with the goal for Sweden, 1-0 after 20 minutes of play here in Edmonton.
Review.
The NBA on TSN continues on Wednesday. We've got a doubleheader coming your way, and it kicks off with the Hawks and the Nets, followed by a clash between the Trailblazers and the Clippers. We'll see if Kawhi Leonard can be back for that one. The action gets underway at 7:30 Eastern, 4:30 Pacific. It is the first intermission here inside the Edmonton bubble. Laura and Dave back with you again, and this is the ultimate David versus Goliath matchup, and pretty much as we expected, Sweden dominating play right from the hop. A little bit different than what we saw in Sweden's opener against the Czech Republic. Took a while for them to get going, but Dave, what really stood out to you in that first period with the Swedes?
Well, I just think the fantastic puck movement by the Swedes, and it all starts from their defensemen. They are without Broberg this afternoon, but it doesn't seem to affect them. The one thing about the Swedish players, they are all ready to take a pass. So 2 passes up, in, and they'll elect to take the shot, and they get to the puck first. Austria's not really pressing in their own end. They don't want to overchase. Again, little bump play, some strong maneuvers to get the puck back, and just protect the puck as well. The majority of the game was played in the Austrian end. Here again, just a couple of passes. Austria's not going to chase in their own zone. They'll have maybe just one player that will go after whoever has the puck, but other than that, they're trying to kind of clump together in their own end.
The Zambonis are out here. They're not spending a lot of time in the Swedish end, but they are.
No, they cut their roots off.
Yeah, we want to give Sebastian Ranishitz a lot of credit here as well. It is just a 1-0 game. He faced the first 15 shots of the game, 22-1, but the Swedes would get to him before the period was out.
Well, and it's not 5-on-5. It's the power play that does it for Sweden. And talk about not chasing too much, and so Austria is trying to maintain a bit of a tight box, and so take the shots that's there. And Gunler, this is just a wonderful shot. The goaltender, Ranishitz, he wasn't able to beat this puck off the stick because of the screen in front of the net. And after taking another look at it, yes, in fact, it goes off the crossbar and off the camera. There's your hint that the puck went in the net when the camera moves.
Gunler scoring for the 2nd straight game here inside the Edmonton bubble. So a bit of a positive, we would say, for Austria, being down just 1-0. Here is Marco Rossi, the 9th overall pick, in this year's draft, with our Ryan Rashog.
Well, Marco, you've kept it close through 20 minutes of play. Give us your thoughts on the play of your netminder and how you think your group has done so far.
I mean, like, first of all, we can be very happy that we have a goalie like that. I mean, he's playing unreal, like last game too, so many shots, and now this game the same thing. And I think because of him, we're in the game, but I mean, we're way too much in the defensive zone. We had like so many shots on the net, it can happen. I think like from 20 minutes, we played like maybe like 50 minutes in defensive zone, and we have really bad puck placement. We should have better puck placement, puck management, and we should play simple. We play too complicated, and that's why they play in our defensive zone the whole time.
It was a tough opening game for you, 11-0 against the United States. As a group, what did you say about that afterwards, and how have you moved past that?
I mean, the first period was pretty good because we kept it simple. I mean, like we had like not many shots, but in the defensive zone we were pretty good. And in the second and third period we tried too much, and that's when we get the goals. And I think like second period against USA we got like 4 or 5 goals, and it can happen against these nations, against the top nations like Sweden, USA. And we just got to keep it simple, keep doing it, and we got to be patient because we know we are going to get our chances, and when we get it, then we got to use them.
Thanks so much, Marco.
Thank you.
Just a great interview there with Marco Rossi. Meanwhile, Canada remained perfect at this World Juniors, but Slovakia didn't make it easy. We'll look back at last night's win, plus we'll go one-on-one with Dylan Cousins when we come back.
Welcome to Edmonton, day 3 of the World Junior Hockey Championship.
All right, let's go here, boys. Shake and bake.
In front, Jordan Spence scores the game's first goal. Oh, big hit by Byram. Crunch. Tomasino busting in. Tomasino in, scores!
What a play by Cousins, and what a finish by Tomasino.
Romiak in, scores! Power play goal. And Slovakia shot within one. Back in the corners, Niemitz pops up his stick, the net is empty. And Jack Quinn's going to put it away. Canada hangs on to run its record to 2-0.
And at 2-0, Canada now sitting tied atop the standings with Finland, obviously getting the nod thanks to goal differential. And just a reminder, still to come here on TSN, Slovakia and Germany. Dylan Cousins, a goal scorer again last night, and here he is with our Mark Masters.
Leadership is about feel in a lot of respects. What were you feeling on the bench?
I felt like we were good. Like, it was a close game and people might have thought we were in trouble, but we never thought we were going to lose that game. We felt like we were in control the whole time. We were confident on the bench, and I think we just got to trust ourselves and trust the process, and it'll all work out.
What do you remember the most about the older guys leading last year?
I think just stepping up. I mean, obviously Hayden gets his shoulder separated, and he's dealing with lots of stuff in the media already, lots of hate coming at him and all that. But he just stayed calm, stayed positive, and after his shoulder's out, like he's hurt, we didn't think he'd come back and play, but he grinded it out for us, and I think that was the biggest thing we took from that is just how he put the team before himself, and just came out and played through that injury. It was a brutal injury to play through, and he did it, and he did good for us.
How do you make yourself available if guys have something to say?
I think just being around them, talking to everyone, making them feel comfortable with me, and making them feel comfortable that they can come up to me and talk to me about something important if they have to. I think the biggest thing is just hanging around the guys, getting to know them, and making them trust you. I think if they trust you, then it's good.
With Captain Kirby Dach out for this tournament, we were wondering who was going to pick up the leadership role with Team Canada. It's pretty obvious Dylan Cousins is very comfortable in that role, both on the ice and off of it.
And it's not a small thing to go from an assistant captain to the captainship and to share that with Bowen Byram, but you'll start to appreciate a player like Dylan Cousins, defensively aware, wonderful pass right on the tape, and this goal was very much needed for Canada, for them just to get a little bit of breathing room and clogging up the middle, hunting back on the back check, and then of course Tomasino with the finish. And there's the smile I was looking for right there from the captain. And again, his words are going to carry a little bit more weight in this tournament on the days that he does have the C on his jersey. His effort though is always going to be there.
Speaking of Kirby Dach, he underwent successful wrist surgery and will be out for 4 to 5 months, so we are wishing him a very speedy recovery. Meanwhile, back here inside the Edmonton bubble, it is Sweden, the lone goal of the period, 1-0 over Austria.
One nothing as we get set to start period number 2. Noel Gunler, with his second of the tournament, came late in the power play from Johansson and Holmstrom. There's your shots, 22-1 in favor of Sweden. And Austria hanging in there. They've allowed 44 first period shots in this championship now, but their netminder's been good.
Oh boy, Sebastian Ranischetz has been phenomenal in that net for Austria. And there's only one reason why Sweden has only one goal to account for, and it's because of that young man. And nothing accidental. I mean, really good, strong goaltending, reading the play, positioning solid, cleaning up everything in front of him, no rebounds. The shots have come from him tight. They've come from side-to-side plays, and Ranischetz has met all the challenges. Noel Gunler makes a great shot to score the only Swedish goal, but what a period. And keep in mind that he left the USA game late in the third period there, cramping up, just, a lot going on. And he comes back in this game and shows no ill effects.
He left in the third period, and by that time had already faced 68 shots. Turned over Grabbed off, and Austria with Rossi. Out to center, no further. Gets turned over. Lidner on the loose puck. Turned back in behind the net. Jordfot plays this ahead for Holtz. Holtz tried to get that for Sundsvik. He'll leave it for Raymond. Raymond takes it deep, throws it to the front of the net, makes its way all the way back to the left point. Johansson couldn't get the puck, so he plays the man. And the puck makes its way back into the Swedish zone. Victor Soderstrom gets to the line, no further, gets turned over. Harnish in. Loose puck, Ola fell down, and Harnish couldn't tuck it in on that far side. Quickly back up, Gunler throws it for Holmstrom. Holmstrom takes a bump on the far side as Thaler stepped into him. And Soderstrom back inside his own zone. Great scoring chance for Austria. Gunler overskated it in center, gets it back. Finds Berglund. Berglund with the wrist shot. And Ranishitz makes the save and hangs onto it.
Well, this is the chance, and it's a good one for Harnish. He tries to swing it. Just doesn't able, he's just not able to negotiate that forehand to backhand, and then you see Holmstrom getting back and knocking the puck away, but it was off of a blunder by Victor Soderstrom at the blue line.
It's the 4th World Junior Championship for Harnish. First, obviously, in the main division. They played in one in Germany in D1, France in D1. Was part of the U18 Championship in Hungary. And then last year in Belarus, where they won the tournament and advanced to the A side of the World Junior Championship, advanced to this main group. And no relegation, so Austria will be back again next year. They have 11 players of the 25 that they have here. They have 11 that are eligible to be back next year. Caution-wide. Digs it off the corner boards, plays it for Kapser. And he'll play this back into the Swedish zone. Long lead pass up the middle by Bjornfort, misses. But Ranishitz will have to come out and play it. Plays it up for Schofen. Schofen couldn't get anywhere. And is back around for Bjornfort. Stuffs it in behind the net. Kneeback goes after it. Plays back at the line. Down low from Olofsson. In for Wickstrom. Wickstrom sends it back. Andrea with the wrister through some traffic. That didn't miss by much. Ranishitz never did get a look at that with all the traffic in front of the Austrian net. Bjornfot centers to the short side. Another good save by Ranishitz. In tight off Wickstrom. Bjornfort walks it in. Wrist shot looking for the far side. Andrea plays it back down low. Into the slot for Olofsson. Olofsson trying to work it to the net. Knee back in front of the net, trying to get a loose puck. Can't. And this will get sent all the way down the ice, and an icing call against Austria.
Well, Ranishitz has been outstanding once again to start this third period, and he's needed to be. Quick play. Bjornfot makes the quick pass here to Wickstrom, and Ranishitz has to be real sharp on that because Bjornfot just moves a little bit, and if he swings too much, Wickstrom has the whole short side.
Johansson for Raymond. Raymond comes out one way, goes the other, gets hooked on the play. There's a penalty coming up. First time since 2010 that Austria is back in the main pool. Early substitution there by Sweden with the man advantage. And a hooking penalty coming up. Sweden 1 for 1 on the power play. Will go to the man advantage for the second time.
Austria number 6.
Well, Lucas Raymond is so good. He stops and starts. He's elusive, and because he uses the ability to fake and deceive you and gains the slightest of edges that become big advantages for him that he uses to create scoring opportunities, and in that case draw a penalty.
4 shots on the first power play of this game for Sweden. And now the tripping penalty goes to Cranes, and Sweden with the man advantage.
We saw Lucas Raymond look into the sky, looking down after some terrific goaltending by Renishets. We haven't seen it yet from Alexander Holtz, and he's had some really good chances as well.
Niederbach to take the face-off, won 9 of 12 in the opening game against the Czech Republic, 75% success rate, and he wins this one. Raymond plays his back for Soderstrom, cross ice for Holtz. Soderblom's in front of the net, Holtz with the wrist shot, and that goes off the stick of Harnish and out of play.
There's Holtz again, and I don't know what the winter solstice offers with respect to eclipses, but Soderblom, that's a complete eclipse of the goaltender. Gets deflected out of harm's way.
That's a big man to look around.
Blocks out everything.
Lucas Raymond. Victor Soderstrom, Holtz, back for Raymond. Shot, score! There's the screen that Craig was talking about. Ranishits simply does not see it. And another power play goal for Sweden, and 2-0.
And Soderstrom, just with his head up, just gives it a nice little look there, slides it along the ice, and Renishets never saw the puck as big Elmer Soderblom in front of that. They're just a little quick shot. No chance. You know, I think back to the Detroit Red Wings with Thomas Holmstrom and how good he was in front of that net. I mean, he was brilliant. What a nice play there. Oh, it goes off the skate. Ends up going off the skate of
Niederbach.
So that's going to be a goal for Niederbach, but still a really nice play by Soderstrom.
Soderstrom had 3 assists in the opening game, had a goal and 5 assists last year in this World Junior Championship. You'll pick up another point there. Just a matter of whether it's a goal or an assist. From that vantage point of last replay, we saw looks as though it will be an assist. Played over just under 22 minutes against the Czech Republic. Soderstrom did, which led Sweden in ice time.
Just quickly back to Elmer Soderblom, the big winger drafted by the Red Wings. I was talking about Holmstrom and how effective he was for the Red Wings for so long in front of that net. You might be looking at the player that can do similar things as Thomas Holmstrom, and what an effective player. Part of so much of the success of the Detroit Red Wings.
And boy, did he take a beating.
Well, the goaltenders hated him, and I'll tell you, he did take a beating, but the other thing about Thomas Holmstrom is it was all worth it to win.
So a power play marker.
There's Soderstrom, and there you're going to see, we saw it better from the other angle, but you can see that Renishits never saw it, never moved on it. And a big part of that was because of the screen by Elmer Soderblom.
Victor Soderstrom clears this. The Arizona draft pick, first round back in 2019. NHL training camp's not very far away. We've had some player movement in the last couple of days. Icing called here against Austria. Face-off will come all the way back. Niederbach from Soderstrom and Raymond, the official scoring play on the power play. Day off for Sweden tomorrow, and then back-to-back Russia, and then the New Year's Eve game against the United States. And one of the greatest junior games at this World Junior Championship, Craig, we saw it in Victoria. We'll talk about when we come back. USA and Sweden, that overtime win by Sweden. 2-0 here for Sweden. Team Canada's quest for gold at the 2021 World Juniors continues tomorrow with a clash against Switzerland. The action gets underway 5:30 Eastern, 2:30 Pacific, only on TSN. The future of hockey lives here. Canada trying to go back-to-back with golds. Last time that happened, Canada back in 08 and 09. Carried in off the left side, off a stick, another play. Well, we talked about our visual fans, and there's the family of Ludwig Hedstrom taking in this game. Sweden against Austria. Hope they are enjoying it. Sweden up 2-0.
I hope they're having some Swedish meatballs. I think Victor got a look at the or Ludwig, sorry, got a look at the scoreboard. It was it's nice, you know. We're so fortunate because we see the parents and the families come over and see their sons play here at the World Junior Hockey Championship. That isn't the case this year. But to be able to show everybody how excited they are to watch their sons from afar, certainly really nice to see. And on that note, I was talking to the Austrian coaches, and they were saying, like, yeah, this year, you know, it's interesting, the challenges, but they know they're coming back next year, as you pointed out, because there's no relegation. But they were saying that it'll be a lot of fun next year with all the fans, they said, in the building. So let's hope that's the case, because it's a great environment to watch these terrific players on the ice and the enthusiasm of the fans in the stands.
Sweden up by a score of 2-0. We talked about that game in Victoria. And across the line, Holtz for Raymond. Raymond doesn't get much on it against the checking of Schofen. And Renishitz will grab it and hang on to it.
Lucas Raymond's stick was in various states of disintegration as he shot the puck. And there you see it flying up and off.
And Renishitz snares it and hangs on. Sweden was up 4-0 early in the third period of that game in Victoria. And then USA got one. Then Ryan Poehling gets 3. The one coming in the dying seconds to tie it. Soderstrom shot from the line. That deflected away. That certainly put that winning streak on the line. And then Adam Boqvist at 3:51 of overtime ended it for Sweden. But it was a dandy of a game.
Adam Boqvist, the Chicago Blackhawks first-round pick from a couple of years ago, played here in the return to play in Edmonton. But that was so exciting because Sweden was in control and the U.S. just refused. And they got one and they got two, and you're going, they're going to get two more. And then that overtime was lights out exciting. They went back and forth.
Canada, Finland, USA, Sweden on New Year's Eve. Not a bad menu. Lidner tries to play this up the boards. Holmstrom blocked it. Holmstrom's pass. That got deflected away by Marco Rossi. Rossi in full flight. Rossi getting chased down on the far side by Berglund. Stays on it. Puck does come loose. And now Sweden will control. Fist will carry it through. Takes it to the outside. Watched by Lidner. Throws it to the front of the net. Back from the far side. Niederbach throws it back to the front. And taken away by McChesney. Gets to center ice, no further, and an odd man rush. Chris dishes it off. Niederbach with the shot. Back to the line it comes. Berglund. Front of the net. Heineman rather with that shot from the left side. Up at center, Lidner giving chase. Gets turned over and played back. And McChesney plays it for Kasper. Marco Kasper. He'll dish it off. Harnish winding his way with some speed for Fowler. Fowler watched by Bjorn Falk. Back up the ice for Sweden. Niederbach takes it wide. Gets double teamed. Kept in at the line by Andrea. In for Soderstrom. Soderstrom turns. Andrea back for Soderstrom. He'll whip that to the front of the net. It got blocked. And now an odd man rush. Harnish carrying in Rister, and the puck kind of got up on end on him. whipped it wide, and now it comes from the far side, and Alnefelt will hang on to it.
You know, I'm always impressed by Marco Rossi. You know, his brilliance on the ice, the skill, and everything that goes with it. And, you know, here is the captain of this Austrian team. Obviously, Sweden is a very formidable opponent, but I mean, his demeanor and his disposition on the ice has been tremendous. He's used to having the puck so much in the course of a game, and that just isn't going to be the case here. But his effort, his determination, playing a lot of defense, playing without the puck, just really, really another reason to be impressed with Marco Rossi, and there's many, many reasons Minnesota Wild fans should be impressed.
2 years in the OHL, plus 51, plus 69. And you've got the puck all the time. Victor Soderstrom will flip this out to center. Woodner will break it up, tried to play it back in, couldn't. Sensvik with the wrist shot, off a stick. Getting in front of that was Pfeffer. Kept in by Lucas Raymond. Raymond with the wrist shot. Good save made by Renishitz on a good wrist shot from Lucas Raymond. Now Raymond goes crashing into the boards, and he is hurt. Lucas Raymond, the Red Wing draft pick, getting some attention. Take
Here's
another
the
look
play.
at it, yeah.
So he's trying to make contact, and he just loses his balance there as he's anticipating contact with Pfeffer, and it doesn't happen, and he ends up coming. There he is, looking, anticipating, and it doesn't happen, and then the momentum launches him into the boards, and
well,
such a talented player, and looks like he might be favoring a leg. You know, you see it at first, you see the head or the shoulder, perhaps, maybe be it, but and maybe it is. Maybe he took a blow to the head, and they're just making sure that they hold on to him, because that's very well what it may be. And of course, you know, the protocols on contact to the head in any regard are very significant. You know, for Lucas Raymond, such a key member of this Swedish team.
No Philip Broberg in this game. Nothing serious with him. Is expected back and will be back in the next game. This gets poked away at the blue line before Branston could get to it. Berglund for Holmstrom. Holmstrom cracks it. Shot. Gundler with the wrister. Finds the top corner. And Noel Gundler has his third of the World Junior Championship.
He can shoot that puck, and with accuracy, with velocity, and he doesn't need a lot of time to get it off his stick. He sees it, and he puts it there. Nice little play by Holmstrom behind the back, and then Gundler, you see the eyes up and looking for a spot. And when the hands can do what the eyes can see, yep, you can score goals. We'll have a chance to play with the likes of Toivo Teravainen and Sebastian Aho and Andrei Svechnikov. Oh, some more skill going to Carolina.
3-0 Niederbach for Heinemann. Heinemann tried to bust his way through. Rossi will knock it off his stick and outside the line. And offside now called against Sweden. Noel Gundler with his second of the game, third of the tournament. 3-0 Sweden.
Closed captioning of the 2021 World Junior Hockey Championship is brought to you in part by Yamaha. Revs your heart.
Slovakia and Germany, our second game here in Edmonton. That is a 7:30 local time start. Sweden looking to go to 2-0 and into top spot in Pool B. Czech Republic 1-1, Russia 1-1, USA 1-1. On tomorrow's slate, USA and the Czech Republic. That will be a noon start here in Edmonton, and there is some big games coming up in Pool B. After the Czech Republic with a brilliant effort last night in the win over Russia.
Yeah, the tournament starts, and then it heats up. It gets real interesting pretty quickly, and that's where we're going to find ourselves. We already have.
Chris with the wrist shot wide, short side. Harnish looks for a little bit of skating room, drops for Unterweger. Unterweger for Posch. Posch looking for Harnish. That gets turned over, and Chris will play it back in. Johansson goes to the short side. Save made by Renishitz. Johansson stays with it, plays it back at the line. Crystal gets it back for Johansson. On for Nieback. Nieback lost control of it. Harnish will play it up the boards. Kept it at the line by Soderstrom. And now Posch will try it. He'll get it to center no further. And Sweden back on the regroup and right back in. Trying to bust his way through as Chris couldn't. Stays with it. Gets some help from Nieback. And now Fowler for Austria. Fabian Hochegger gets all tied up and in behind the play. Gets into a battle with Johansson. Those two remain nose to nose. There's a penalty coming up on the play. And it will be a tripping call. And it looks as though it'll be Jakob Pfeffer. As Roger Batter looks on.
Jakob Pfeffer.
Austria number 5. Minor penalty for
Holtz. Trip.
Sweden came into the game 3 for 5 on the power play. So 2 for 2 so far in this game. So 5 for 7 in the tournament. As Holtz gets taken down. McChesney around for Van Ee, was unable to clear it. 6 power play shots in the game for Sweden. And the puck comes loose for Olsson. Plays it back for Victor Soderstrom. Soderstrom will dish it off. Holtz with the wrister. And glove save made.
Oh, now he's looking up. I've watching him the whole time to see if he's going to look up. He looked up, took a little peek. He's had some really good chances, and look at that. Tries to move, a foot, another foot, and then that ability to release the puck in motion. So terrific.
Sebastian Ranishitz plays in Vienna. He's 18 years of age, so we talked about Austria being back next year. There's a deflection, and that just goes by that far post. Soderblom gets it for Holtz. Victor Soderstrom the shot through some traffic wide. Oscar Olsson on this power play now with the injury to Lucas Raymond. Niederbach. Soderblom. Back for Niederbach. On for Olsson. Up top Soderstrom to the top of the circle. Holtz and another save. Holtz is on it again. For Soderstrom, back for Holtz, back for Soderstrom, wrist shot, traffic in front. Ranishitz down, makes the save, it gets cleared. Holtz is on the loose puck. Back at the line, Olsson wasn't in the wheelhouse. Olsson tracks it down. Back for Soderstrom, looking for a shooting lane. Back for Olsson, he'll tee it up. Now lets it go, and he hits Soderblom. Soderblom on the backhander. Ranishitz left pad save. Soderblom, Holtz, Niederbach, and Ranishitz goes across and robs Niederbach.
No No words. I'm just going to give him a standing ovation. I mean, he has been beyond brilliant. I mean, brilliant doesn't even give you the right idea of how good he has been. Look at him swing around the other way to Rob Niederbach. That was just after he had made a couple of point-blank saves. What a terrific competitor in the net. And
he is a battler.
how nice is it for Austria to know who their starting goalie is next year at the World Junior Hockey Championships? Battler, competitive, wow. And that's what you need.
And another save. Back in Vienna this year, last year, split his time between Austria, Finland, and Sweden.
But when you're an underdog team, you have to start with good goaltending. That's number one that you're going to need to give yourself a chance. I mean, we can look at the scoreboard and we know what it says, but wow, has he been brilliant.
40 shots on goal now for Sweden. Under 5 to go, second period. 5 shots on that power play for Sweden. So of those 40 shots, 11 have come on the man advantage, and now up to 42. Kostmark chopped at it, comes loose and grabbed off by Thaler. And it goes for Harnish, and he chipped that one high, blocker side on Alnefelt, but missed the net. Harnish has had a couple of chances in on Alnefelt in this game.
He has. He got the shot off there earlier in this period. He went forehand, backhand, and wasn't able to corral the puck.
Lidner with a lead pass, some hang time there, and that hang time allowed Berglund to get back for Sweden. Berglund plays this up at center. And now a collision as Baum runs into Kostmark. Long shot from center, and Alnefelt will take that up high, and he will hang on to it. Noah Gunler, couple goals in this game. 3-0 Sweden.
Austria with some pretty good defense, and then the puck comes the other way. Harnish just tips it and gets a opportunity. The puck kind of bounces up on him right at the last second. He's getting ready to shoot, and pretty good play there by Albert Johansson, who gets a stick enough on it to create some disruption on the shot by Harnish.
Harnish was part of that team that won in Belarus and the D1 championship to qualify for this tournament. Backhand chipped in front by Wickstrom, and off a stick into the air and grabbed. And we'll get a face-off in the Austrian zone.
Well, Mr. Renishitz is owning the Swedes to this point in time. I mean, they've thrown some great opportunities at him. Hard on the puck, and he's dialed in. Terrific goaltending by the young Austrian netminder.
Olsson out there with Sundsvik and Holmes. So Olsson has taken the spot of Lucas Raymond, who, if you're just joining us, injured earlier this period. Sundsvik to the short side, didn't get as much on the shot as he would have liked. Andrea pulls it in at the line, comes off a leg, and corralled, and Casper will look for some room.
Olsson playing in that spot will please all the scouts that are tuning in.
Get a look at him.
Very good player, very promising prospect for the 2022 draft. He's found his way to the SHL for some games and had some success. He's very gifted, Olsson. He's very confident. He's got a little flair to his game, which I like as well.
We had a quick look there at young Marco Casper and his dad, Peter, well known in Austria, 3 World Junior Championships in D1A, 5 Men's Worlds, the 2002 Olympics in Salt Lake, played 560 games of pro in Austria, Florida Everblades for a little while. So some bloodlines there for Marco Casper from his dad, Peter.
Very decorated Austrian hockey player. well-decorated Austrian player.
Goodner will shovel this in. Johansson back forward. Johansson gets pressured by Berglund. Johansson now gets taken down, comes back to the line. Slap shot from the Chesney. That never made it to the net as it went off the leg. Oettinger tried to get that to the front of the net. That got blocked and cleared up by Kosmar. Kosmar plays it through for Gunler. Gunler tied up in behind with the Chesney. Into the slot for Kosmar. Kosmar looking for his second of the tournament, and that got stopped. Back in for Kosmar. Bouncing puck turned aside by Radishitz. Snapped around to the right point. Berglund plays it back down low. Holmstrom trying to work it out of the corner. The reverse shoulder hit there on Pfeffer. Berglund sends it all the way back deep. Sweden will now start a change. Granstrom trying to hold it in, does. Slides it across for Gunler. Gunler gets it down to the goal line. Niederbach gets it into the high slot. Heinemann let the shot go over top the net. Granstrom is on it. Granstrom centered. Heinemann trying to drive that in on Radishitz. Pfeffer trying to intercept the pass in behind the net. Can't. And Sweden has now completed the change. Niederbach in the offensive zone. Gunler with another opportunity. Niederbach. Heinemann. Heinemann takes a look. Niederbach tried to get it back to Heinemann. That got intercepted by the Chesney. And he'll flip it out to center, but with the long change in the second period. And now Austria will get a partial change, but tough sledding here late in the second period. Zion Nieback had it knocked off his stick, but kept in. Nieback on it again.
Watch Marco Rossi here. He made two really good defensive plays there, but just being really alert and determined. What I was talking about earlier, how impressive he continues to be in a different way.
40 minutes done. Sebastian Renaissance, the busiest man in this game. Sweden a 1-0 lead after one. They had a couple more here in the second period. Noel Gunler has a couple. 3-0 Sweden.
What better way to welcome in 2021 finally than by watching the college football playoff semifinals. They come your way on New Year's Day. Notre Dame going up against Alabama, followed by a clash between number 3 Ohio State and number 2 Clemson. Coverage begins at 4 Eastern, 1 Pacific on TSN and keeps on rolling all night. 2 periods down now here inside the Edmonton bubble, and it is Sebastian Radishitz continuing to steal the show. Sweden up 3-0. And Dave, what we saw in Sweden's opener against the Czech Republic, special teams coming through. Same story here. They had 3 power play goals in that game against the Czechs. What makes this power play so dangerous?
Well, I don't think they're in a hurry when they have the puck. That's the one thing for Sweden, is that they're into control. They move it around, and if there's an opportunity to get it towards the net, they'll do that. So you can see nobody's really hurrying. Nobody's feeling like they have to panic with the puck. And it's a simple shot towards the net. Yes, it was deflected. Yes, it went up a skate and then surprised the goaltender. But this is the simplicity. Their other power play goal in the game, same sort of thing, a shot towards the net. So if you can do that with your defenseman, a hard snapshot towards the net, and when you've got a 6'6" gentleman in front of the goaltender, he's probably not going to see the puck.
No, I would say not. That is the good when it comes to Sweden. A 3-0 lead, they'll take it. The bad is obviously the health of Lucas Raymond. No update yet. We will get that to you when we have it. But you know, he's back for his second World Juniors. Top 5 pick this year. How big a loss would this be for Sweden?
It'll be a loss when they get to the more competitive games, and that's Russia and the USA at the end of their preliminary games. Lucas Raymond was having a heck of a game, getting all sorts of chances, and you felt it was one of those games where it was just going to come for him. Well, instead, he ends up going right into the boards. Just a bit of a leg lock. Pfeffer had knocked the puck free, and Raymond thought perhaps there'd be some body contact. Instead, he's propelling himself towards the boards, and he gets his arms up to protect. And at the very end, he just kind of reaches for his back. He's being helped off the ice. Offensively, he and Alexander Holtz, the Terror Twins as they're called, are supposed to provide the bulk of the offense. It's not really needed in this game, but it will be needed and very necessary when they get into those games against the higher powers of Group B.
Yeah, they don't need him tonight because Noel Gundler so far is stealing the show for the Swedes. He's scored 2 of the 3 goals so far here for Sweden. And here he is with Ryan Rashog.
Well, your team has managed to score 3 goals. You have 2 of them, but I wonder as you watch their netminder facing all those shots if you don't appreciate what he's doing for them tonight.
Yeah, for sure. He's been good for them. We have shooting a lot of shots. I think we have 50 or something, but we got to keep shooting and hopefully score more.
So you scored the 3rd goal there, a really nice behind-the-back pass. We'll show it to you here in a second. Were you almost surprised that that pass came to you the way that it did?
Yeah, I were a little bit surprised, but I know what Holster can do, so I just tried to yell at him, and yeah.
How do you feel your team is playing overall through a couple of periods here?
I think we're playing okay. I think we can do better. They got some breakaways late in the period, but other than that, I think we play pretty good.
Thanks, Noel.
Thank you.
Well, we saw a major upset right here in the Edmonton bubble last night as the Czech Republic got the better of Russia. We'll look back at that. Plus, we'll also look ahead to tonight's nightcap between Germany and Slovakia, a key game in Group A.
Grylowski gets around him. Grylowski busts in, drops it back, score!
What a play he made. You got to see how tired these kids are by the time this puck goes into the net.
In comes Lang on the breakaway, scores!
The Czechs joyful on the bench.
So that was last night, the Czech Republic pulling off the upset, and Dave giving us one of the moments of the tournament so far.
Absolutely, and boy, when you get stuck out on the ice against the Russians and they're moving the puck around, you want to sink back towards your net. So the mentality for the Czechs was, you guys can have the outside, we're going to cover the inside. And you can see nobody really for the Czechs are wanting to rush out of position. And the Russians are kind of falling into this trap of, oh, hey, we've got the puck. We're going to get it back. We'll just line up another shot. And, you know, as the Czechs are even getting closer to the net, as the shift is going longer, they're fine with it too. They're thinking all we need is just some sort of break, something to go our way. I mean, this is almost ring around the rosy at the moment. And then there's the break right there. A bounce off the skate of Mohamedulin. He's got a back check. Everyone's looking at the guy with the puck, but look at this. Hofer comes in, finishes that. The celebration says it all for the Czechs, and then they go on to stun Russia in that game. I mean, it was a fantastic game to watch and a really bright spot of the tournament so far.
Oh yeah, as the crowd goes wild. So that was yesterday. As for the nightcap today, we mentioned Slovakia and Germany. Germany, because of all those COVID tests, have been shorthanded with only 14 skaters available for the first 2 games. Now their schedule lightens up a little bit, and they need some help in goaltending, and it appears they're going to get it today.
And that's just a real big shot in the arm as well for the Germans, because they did as much as they could do with a shortened lineup and bench, and goaltending absolutely let them down. They're a better team than this when they have their full complement of players, but when your goaltender is stumbling around and giving up the puck to a powerhouse like Canada, you're going to end up with 16 goals and hearing a goal song a lot. Jonas Gehr is going to come in for Germany. He would normally play for the Frankfurt Lions. He's on loan on the DEL2, but he is going to be a difference maker for them. He doesn't give up back goals.
So there's 3 other German players that have been released from quarantine. 2 of them are still going through protocols, so we're not sure if they will be in the lineup tonight against Slovakia. But Florian Bugel, goaltender for Germany, will be in the lineup. So that's still to come here tonight from the Edmonton bubble. Looking ahead to tomorrow, another triple header coming your way, including Canada taking on Switzerland. Sweden up 3-0 after 2 periods of play, eyeing its 54th straight preliminary round win.
3-0 Sweden as we get set to start period number 3. A couple more goals in that period. Theodor Niederbach off his skate and in on the power play at 4:36, and then Noah Gunler with his second of the game, third of the tournament from Holmstrom and Berglund. 47-5 the shots on goal. And for Sweden, here's some more good news. Lucas Raymond, shaken up in that second period when he crashed into the boards, is out for the start of the third period, and that certainly is good news for Sweden. 2 power play goals for Sweden in this game, and Elmer Soderblom is a key part of that.
Well, he's a key part of not only the power play, he's a key part by using his size, by extending himself and making sure that if you want to try to check this big man, good luck, because not only can he push you around, his skating, his quickness, his puck skills are really, really significantly improved. And he has confidence with the puck, and that's become really important for a player as he develops his game. And when he doesn't have the puck, well, good luck if you're the goaltender trying to see through that big man in front of the net. And I mentioned earlier, Dennis, Detroit Red Wings fans saw a lot of Thomas Holmstrom, and goaltenders were never happy when he stood in front of them. Elmer Soderblom with the hands and with the size in front of the net and willingness shows some very similar attributes.
He is a handful, especially in a day now where defensemen cross-checking forwards in front of the net isn't as accepted as it used to be. Bjornfort drops it back. Holtz will carry it in. On for Raymond. Raymond rubbed out in the corner. Off a stick and back into the Austrian zone, the Chesney. Swings it up on the right side. Peters plays it up at center, trying to get that for Kasper. Failed to work. Shot, save made by Renishitz. There's another shot on goal for Lucas Raymond. Bounced around at the line and sent in by Kasper. And Soderstrom. Cross ice feed for Holmstrom. Holmstrom to the front of the net. Just off the back post. Spinning and firing it is Gunler. Comes all the way back for Victor Soderstrom. For Holmstrom. Holmstrom gets some support there from Gunler, but it comes outside the line and bounces its way back into the Sweden zone. And Holmstrom will go back. Holtegger in on the forecheck. Cleared away from him, and Kosmar will send it ahead for Gunler. Gunler 2 in the game, looking for 3. And Renishitz with the blocker and arm save. Unterweger trying to clear the zone. Can't. Unterweger on it again. Plays it to the open side. No one there except for Branscombe. Trying to get it for Kosmar. Deflected away. Jammed up at the blue line as Berglund tried to get it back down low. Wrist shot, right pad save made. One of his easier saves of the day for Renishitz. Heinemann in pursuit of Lidner. Back in for Gunler. Gunler trying to work it up front. Gets bodied by Lidner, centers it. Gunler stays on it, and now finally it does come free and ends up on the stick of Matthias Baum. He'll flip it in on Alnefelt, and Alnefelt will grab it and hang on to it. It has been a quiet night for Alnefelt.
Well, we've seen Gunler with 2 goals, but watch where he swings here and then almost slingshots it in motion off the top of the stick of the goaltender. And then as he gets the puck here in traffic, these quick hands, and you got to be able to set your hands, and players are trying to get into your space with their stick, trying to close on you. He's got those quick hands where he can handle it in traffic and get that shot off. Got a lot of weapons in that arsenal to score goals.
Andrea with the wrist shot, blocked in front of the net. Soderblom is on it. For Niederbach. For Bjornfort. Bjornfort trying to work it free from Finn Van E. Gets pinned in the corner by Kushner. It comes loose and back to the line. Niederbach, wrist shot, that went wide. Picks up his own rebound. Again, bumps in the corner there with Jonas Kutzer. Slap shot, save made Radishitz. Niederbach trying to jam it back to the blue line. Niederbach comes up with it. Off the sideboards for Andrea. Bjornfort. Early third period here. Sweden with a 3-0 lead. Niederbach shovels it out front. And Radishitz may have got a piece of that. Comes back into the crease. And Radishitz will pounce on it and hang on to it.
Can I announce the player of the game for Austria right now?
Sure. I think you can.
Oh, I think we all know who it has been. And
in fact, Gudler has a couple goals for Sweden. Yeah. Maybe you should just do both of them.
Well, you know, I'm going to stick with Radishitz. He's just phenomenal in that net. And competing and playing hard. And, you know, and obviously, when you watch the game, Sweden is carrying all the play. And Radishitz, in his play, you know, even though they don't have the puck very much, Austria, they haven't had very many scoring chances, you know, their confidence doesn't get absolutely depleted because of the play of the goaltender. And that's important, too, as you play a game and try to develop in different areas.
And that's what happened the other night against the United States. The game ran away from them. But they've hung in there despite the fact they have been badly outplayed, badly outshot. They knew they were going to get outplayed and outshot. Another save there by Radishitz from Soderstrom, and he'll hang on to it. But tough to create offense when you're chasing the puck. Marco Rossi blocking that shot, makes his way back to the Austrian bench.
Yeah, it looks like it gets him in the left leg, maybe just a little bit above the knee. But when I watch Marco Rossi play, you know, throughout the course of the game, and obviously he's a terrific offensive player, but seeing this in Ottawa with the 67, seeing it here, there's nothing beneath him in the game. He digs in everywhere. He plays below the goal line in the defensive zone. He checks.
Chance on the short side. Alma fell down as Harnish tried to bring that to the paint.
Back to Rossi. He's in the areas that are critical and important. He's not just looking to poach and be an offensive player. So, you know, you put all of that together for the young man. Really good, strong, obviously offensive player, but I think he's a terrific two-way player as well. Lots of attention to detail and a willingness to do whatever he got to do to help the team win.
Kosmar digging in for the face-off for Sweden. A Vancouver pick back in 2019. Holmstrom puts on the brakes against the checking of Bernard Posch. Holmstrom stays with it, plays it back at the line. Top of the circle, Kosmar. Back for Andrea. And back to an open point. And Harnish will jump on this. Harnish has Baum with him, or rather Poschenwein has Baum with him. Baum after it behind the Swedish net. Radishitz has now faced 122 shots. In this, the second game in the tournament, or Austria has faced that many shots, with 14-16 left here in period number 3.
Look at him, though. He's upbeat. He's engaged in the game. Ready when called upon.
And there isn't a place where he would rather be than right here at this World Junior Championship.
All right.
Play gets whistled down. It will come back again. Sweden riding that 53-game winning streak. Radishitz doing his best to try and end that. It's a well-deserved drink of water. As we look at Yoel Ronmark, an assistant coach normally, but because of health reasons, Thomas Montan unable to travel.
Talked to Joel briefly this morning at the hotel. And so they finally feel like they can start moving with a rhythm and get into their play.
13:53 on the clock. Sweden up by 3. .7:30 local start. Germany and Slovakia look inside the German dressing room. Everything's quiet now. And there's a look at the Slovakian jerseys hung up, awaiting the arrival of players. And there's Tobias Abstreiter, the head coach of Germany, taking a who in on this game. Johansson back forward into his own end. And this will get all the way around the boards and down the ice. Collier will go back for it. Collier gets hustled, pressured there by Niederbach. Niederbach for Heinonen. Soderstrom will try and carry it in. Shot from the near side from Niederbach, didn't get through. Heineman goes after it. Shot from the slot by Soderstrom off the stick to the corner. Soderblom slows the play down, spins to his forehand, gets double teamed. Rossi deflecting that away with some help there from Senna Peters. Casper plays it back around. Peters couldn't get a handle on it. Shot from the line by Johansson. And Austria will try it again. Peters for Rossi beyond his reach. Johansson will chip it back into the Austrian zone as he heads back to the Swedish bench on the line change. Pfeffer for Collier. Collier gets pressured by Wickstrom, leaves it there, and it's played up the boards up at center for Thaler. Thaler rolls it through. Hochegger after it, trying to put some pressure on Ludwig Hedstrom. But Sweden will control. Branston plays it through. Chris goes after it. Oscar Chris, who did not play in the opening game. There's a penalty coming up to Austria. And as Collier touches this, play gets stopped, and we will get a power play coming up for Sweden.
Austria's really competed, and obviously the Swedes find a way to gain some advantages. That's a late hit. Hochegger. But comes in late after the puck is delivered, and simply not allowed. The IIHF.
We saw Roger Batter in behind the bench for Austria, and an interesting story. Marco Pivo was the coach of the team last year when they qualified and made their way to this championship to be in the main group. And then his club team in Villach would not let him go, realizing how many days he would be away. So Roger Batter, who was the manager of the team, has now stepped in behind the bench as well, but has plenty of coaching experience. Slap shot by Holtz. Save made by Renaschitz, and he'll hang on.
Okay, at the end of this game, I think that what has to happen if Alexander Holtz doesn't score is that Joel Ronmark has to go and give him a big hug and tell him, don't worry, everything will be okay, Alexander. You did everything, but that guy in the net just simply wasn't going to allow you to score in this one.
Soderberg gets it in for Holtz. Shot that got turned away. Soderstrom on it. Holtz back for Raymond. Back for Victor Soderstrom. Shot to the front, deflected. This is the fourth power play of the game for Sweden. They have capitalized on two of the power play chances. Soderstrom goes back for it.
obviously when we see players score, they get hugged, right? And Alexander Holtz is used to being hugged lots, but on a game like this, that's why it's important to give him a little love after when he's played so well and just hasn't found the back of the net.
Holtz had 3 goals and 5 points in last year's championship in the Czech Republic. Kostmar with the wrist shot, that just missed. Bouncing puck off the backboards. Sundqvist took a whack at it. Gunler back for Johansson. Tried to flip it back for Gunler, and it gets deflected away by Harnish.
Nice play by Harnish, staying right there on Johansson.
Gunler tried to carry it back in, knocked off his stick, but the clearing attempt failed. Holmstrom is on it. Holmstrom as we near the midway mark of period number 3 for Gunler. Gunler down for Sundsvik. He'll get some help from Kostmar. Big Sundsvik, an Anaheim pick. Digs it free for Gunler. Gunler going high, short side. And Ranishitz got up.
He beat him there earlier. Ranishitz didn't give it to him there.
Got up and they've taken it off the right shoulder, off the mask. 3 shots on the power play.
For 4 years, teams have done amazing things to raise the Chevrolet Good Deeds Cup. But this year, ideas triumph. What would you do with $100,000 for your community?
And no, Gunler again. Pull it down from below the goal line. He's trying to go on that short side over the shoulder. Real strong goaltending by Sebastian Ranishitz.
Hit across for Wickstrom. Drop back for Nyback. Nyback looking for Olsson. Going for it at the line. Back for Olsson. Olsson through traffic. Blocked in front. Cranes got in front of it, and it's cleared out at center. Wickstrom quickly back in for Nyback. As Olsson with them, curls up. Drops it off for Wickstrom. Jonathan Wickstrom. Swings it back in behind the net. Nyback after it. Nyback tied up there with Marco Rossi. Stayed with his man. Bjorn Fort into the slot. Looking to get a shot away. Didn't get much on it, as he was being hounded there by Ferich.
What a nice play by Ferich. He came off the boards and kept hounding Bjornfot, hounding him. Bjornfot couldn't get a shot off. Terrific effort there by Ferich.
This line hasn't seen a lot of action for Austria. Van E buries it in. Mallier will play it behind the net, and now Van E will hustle to the bench for the line change. Tied up to the left of Alnefelt, who has only faced 6 shots in this game. Rossi in pursuit of Niederbach. McChesney starts it back. Santa Peters takes it wide. Peters trying to center that against the checking of Hedstrom. Taken by Niederbach. Bouncing puck. Soderblom is on it. Plays it through. Berglund dropped it back. And the wrister by Soderblom did not miss by much. May have caught the post. Soderblom drops it back for Johansson. The shot. And changes directions a couple times. And flutters into Ranishitz, and he will hang on to it. The chance for Soderblom, pulls it back, and yes, finds pipe. Time now for the Gatorade shift of the game.
Yeah, big Elmer Soderblom swinging by with his skating and then using his size and then the soft hands. And when the big man gets going, he goes through people. Just bowls over the opponents.
Jonas Kutzer found that out. Gatorade, rehydrate, replenish, refuel. Johansson out of his own zone. We'll send this in. Albert Johansson, a Detroit pick. Plays in Färjestad, score! Lucas Raymond will find the back of the net. Great feed. And Sweden ups the count to 4-0.
Alexander Holtz with a brilliant move. And again, like Raymond, they attack into the net area, the slot area. Lucas Raymond, all he has to do is just find his way to the net. And Alexander Just like skip the dishes. What you need when you need it. Lucas Raymond, who took that stumble into the boards in the second period, returns for the third period. And what a nice, nifty little backhand pass to Raymond by Holtz.
And if you're Branischitz, you have to respect the fact that Holtz might shoot it.
He had no chance. Yeah, he played it straight up because, you know, that's the thing about Holtz. Like, if Holtz sees you cheat, even on the back end there, he's throwing it right back over you because his eyes are up and he can adjust on the move so well.
Bjorn Ford to the line, takes the return pass. Bjorn Ford drops it for Gunler. Gunler comes cross ice for Kosmar. He was open, and there was some room, and that pass just got hit. Might have been Lindner, who got a bit of that with his stick. Nice play by Lindner to turn away from Gunler. Skates it to the Swedish line, dumps it in, goes in after it. He led Austria in ice time in its opening game, and there's a pretty good chance he'll lead them in ice time again here in this one.
Yeah, he and Harnish, you know, we talk about Rossi, but he and Harnish have had some real good efforts over the course of this game.
Holmstrom after the loose puck. Again through traffic, lets it go, and Paschenwein got a stick on it and deflects it up and down a play.
There's the nice little pass by Sundsvik over to Holtz. And Raymond, I'll just get to the right spot because either Holtz is going to shoot it or he's going to make a nice little pass, and I better be ready. And ready he is.
So that line connects. Sundsvik and Holtz will get the assists on the tally from Lucas Raymond.
Frontline players, Lucas and Alexander are. Sweden won the gold medal at the World Under-18 Championships in April 2019 on home ice. The first time they'd ever won it. In the gold medal game, Lucas Raymond scores the golden goal in overtime to complete a hat trick. And Alexander Holtz had a goal, and they were only 16 years of age at that time, playing a year ahead. Scored 4 other 5 goals in a gold medal win. Whatever stage they're on, they find a way to shine, Dennis.
We talk about next year's tournament here, where hopefully the building will be full of fans. Both are eligible to come back. Yeah. Johansson, we'll leave it at that. Soderstrom blast from the line, save made by Branischitz, and hangs onto it. 5:24 left in this one, 4-0. Sweden with the lead. The Crave original comedy sensation critics call brilliant and wonderfully weird is back with all new episodes. Letterkenny. The new season is now streaming only on Crave. Sweden looking to wrap this one up. Enjoy a day off tomorrow. And then a couple of big matches that will really test that winning streak, with Russia and USA up next on their calendar.
So, you know, we talk about Austria here, and they're up in the A pool for the first time in a number of years, and Marco Rossi's a star. But think about all the other players on Austria, that somewhere in the future, in the very near future, they're going to be able to talk about playing with Marco Rossi, a star player in the NHL. I think he's got that capability to be exactly that. Like that experience to say, hey, listen, I played in this tournament, and they'll be telling their friends and family for years to come playing with Marco Rossi, and how special is that? And, you know, you get to this level and play in the A tournament. Those are life experiences that you just can't go and get anywhere. And I know the kids here for Austria, they'll appreciate that fact.
Andrea in the high slot, drops it back for Bjorn Fort. Germany, Slovakia, our next game. So Germany, by the way, will get some players back. Their lineup will be a little bit more to what they expected it to be. In across. No room on the backhand try by Kasper.
Kasper plays in Sweden, plays in Rogla in the J18 and the J20 National, which is the junior leagues.
Branston from the backside lets it go. Marco Kasper, just 16 years of age. Born in Innsbruck.
Think about that, too. Think about Innsbruck, Austria, a ski capital of the world that's produced world-class Olympic champions. Austria has done that in skiing for decades. And here's this young man who has lots of options, obviously a very good athlete, who chooses hockey. The influence of others, and certainly perhaps Marco Rossi can do.
Sundsvik backdoor for Holtz. He missed it short side.
Yeah, he missed that one. Renishets didn't have anything to do with that shot not going into that.
Pepper is back forward for Pallier. Up for Baum. Plays it through Fowler. Lost his stick. Goes after it anyway. Kostmar's on the loose puck. Lead pass for Chris too far. And this is going to be an icing call against Sweden. And the face-off will be back in the Swedish zone.
Alexander Holtz has had a couple of chances on this last shift. There's the one, kind of skips up. He can't get the full blade on it. Then Sundsvik makes a nice little backhand pass, and the angle isn't perfect for Holtz, but I've watched Alexander for a lot of years. I can tell you this, he usually doesn't need much of an angle to get the puck in the net.
Here comes Chris across the line. Wrist shot, that got blocked, and that went up and out of play.
There's the young man, Fist, that I was talking to yesterday in the hotel, and how excited he is to represent his country. National team. Wear the Trey Kroner jersey.
Face off to the left of Radishitz. A lot of the Austrian players play in the Alps Hockey League, which is a pro league with teams from Austria, Italy, and Slovenia, or the Ice Hockey League, which is the top-tier league in Austria, with teams from Italy, Hungary, and Slovakia. So plenty of hockey leagues for these players to play in. There's Roger Batter. They'll play again tomorrow. Doesn't get any easier for them. Russia tomorrow, and then a day off, and then the Czech Republic.
I know it was never going to be an easy path for them in this pool with USA, Russia, Sweden, and the Czech Republic.
And has that B pool gotten interesting? Hit across for Niederbach. Got squeezed against the boards. Back. Niederbach controls. Andrea gets it knocked off of his stick by Peters, and it's back into the Swedish zone. Andrea, as we near 2 minutes left to go in this one. Bjornfort circles back at center. Spins it back. Carried in by Wickstrom, but he gets to the line and no further. Branston plays it back into his own end. Fist to the line, gets squeezed out. Branston is on it. He'll let the wrist shot go. That gets deflected. Chopped away by Wickstrom, kept it at the line. On it is Olsson. Olsson works it up high. Fakes the drop pass, comes in with a good wrist shot. And another save made.
You watch Olsson, power, skating, puck skills. You understand why Oscar Olsson is such a promising prospect for the upcoming draft. Studio 54 for Sweden, 54 in a row. They won't be dancing, though, like they used to at Studio 54.
And
that streak is impressive, but it's all, I mean, and I've said this, I'm a big, they put themselves in a position to compete. We know what the record says in the, with the medal record, excuse me, but every year they come here and they're ready to compete right at the top.
Just carries in 2-on-1 with Olsson. Olsson takes the drop pass, and then the puck got rolling on him and slipped off the end of his stick. Missed on it again, back for Johansson. Johansson down low for Wickstrom. Chipped off the boards out to center. And now a race for it. Collier's after it. Tried to play it to the front of the net. He had Fowler there. And the pass was intercepted, and Chris comes right back up for Olsson. Olsson hits the line, takes it wide, puts on the brakes against Collier. Niederbach takes it in behind Ranishitz. Shot to the short side. That went wide for Niederbach. Has it again. So Austria gave up 73 shots against the United States. They've given up 65 in this one. And again, Sebastian Ranishitz has been absolutely terrific. There's a shot. That's off the outside of the post to the corner. Niederbach puts it to the front of the net. That's chipped over top the net. And this one will come to an end as Sweden will go to 2-0 and to the top of the B pool.
All I know is, Sebastian Ranishitz, take a bow. You were phenomenal from the start of this game right up to the end. Just a brilliant performance in the net for Austria.
So 4-0 is your final, as Austria still looks for its first goal of this World Junior Hockey Championship. And Sweden, as Craig mentioned, will go to 54-0 in round robin. And a day off before games against Russia and USA back-to-back. Look at Alexander Holtz. Solid game for him. Did not find the back of the net. Nice assist, though. We'll have our Player of the Game awards and then the Swedish national anthem.
The best player of Team Austria est le numéro 15, number 15, Louis Lindner.
And Louis Lindner, really lots of minutes in the game, back-to-back games. Played hard, you know. A lot of defending against a Swedish team that was on the attack throughout.
The best player of Team Sweden est le numéro 28, number 28, Noel Gunler.
So Gunler with a couple of goals in the game is the player of the game for Sweden. And now the Swedish national anthem of Sweden will go to 2-0.
Et maintenant, pour l'hymne national, for the national anthem of Team Sweden.
The 2021 World Junior Hockey Championship from Edmonton, Alberta is brought to you in part by Esso. The Esso brand has fueled Canada's love of hockey for over 80 years. By Nike, official gear of Canada's national hockey teams. By TELUS, helping build stronger communities on and off the ice. When we give back together, we're all connected for good. And by Tim Hortons, the official coffee of Team Canada. The 2021 World Junior Hockey Championship from Edmonton, Alberta is brought to you in part by Chevrolet. Find new reasons to cheer. Find new roads.
Sweden's winning streak in the preliminary round now hits an incredible 54 games thanks to this 4-0 victory. More importantly, Sweden now sitting atop a very tough Group B standings. But really, it was Austrian goaltender Sebastian Ranischitz who stole the show, making 61 saves in all, keeping this one respectable. For Dave Tomlinson, Craig Button, and Dennis Bayak, I'm Laura Dyken, and thanks so much for watching our continuing coverage of the World Juniors from the Edmonton bubble.